That seems to be everything.
Not quite.
This bottle has been a silent watchdog these last years. She'll be my legacy to the next tenants of this house. Now, what about your belongings?
Everything is ready.
I don't understand how you're going to leave Trenwith, baggage and all, without being seen.
Oh, Andrew, don't fuss so.
I wish you'd let me come for you.
No. No, my dear. That would serve no good purpose at all. Very likely the opposite with Francis in the mood he is in at present.
I would be happier there to protect you.
I know the time and the manner in which to leave without being noticed. Andrew, I have had enough time to make the arrangements. They will not fail, believe me.
Why go back to Trenwith at all? Let us leave for Falmouth now. The new house is ready. Oh, the devil with your wardrobe. You shall buy another.
After 5 years, can you not wait another 24 hours?
No.
I intend to leave a letter. But I should like to see little Geoffrey once more. I fear it will be some time before I see him again.
24 hours.
This time tomorrow we shall be married.
You have no regrets?
Regrets? I regard myself the most fortunate woman in the world. Who else has given a second chance as I have been?
Please, my dear. Please, be careful.
It's a month since he had the fever, since we took him out of prison. It was not the fever killed him. The poor fellow lost the will to live long before we brought him home. Ginny, there's always a place for you at Nampara.
Thank you, sir.
Go on, take him. Got more than enough for us and me.
Give, give, give. I'm always accepting gifts from you.
It was God who made the blackberries and Ginny Carter who turned them into preserves. I had no hand in them at all. But if you no mind to take them, no matter.
Oh, no. I shall have them. We always have a need of food. I thank you. Demelzer.
Mm-hmm.
You don't mind if I call you Demelzer, do you?
This is what I want, Karen. You and I could be friends.
Do you remember the first time I came into this house?
With Mr. Otway and his travelling theatre.
To this sad place they abandoned, Las Maria brings despair. Oh, that seems an age ago.
Don't you never regret leaving them, the actors in that life?
You mean living in them filthy caravans? Having to beg for food and waking up to find Otway in my bed? Oh, yes, every day I wish I was back.
Didn't you have no family?
My mother died when I was a babe. I joined Mr. Otway's company to get away from my old father. Never had a minute's peace from that man. Not since I got to be 10.
We've had the same problems, you and me. Running away from hateful parents.
But since then, why, we've been nowhere near similar.
Both be wed to good men.
Oh, aye, we be that.
'Tis not often you find men that work as hard as Mark. You should be proud of him.
But you found your way here, Demelzer. While I'm alone, shivering in that hovel.
Some day, Karen, you'll have to make up your mind what it is you want.
I want a bit of luck, same as what you found.
Luck?
'Tis not enough to wed good men. You have to find one who can sniff out where the money lies and where to look for his fortune. You got one like that. Mark. He works day and night and we stay just across the way from starvation.
Karen.
What?
You do know there's gossip about you.
Gossip? About me? Oh, how exciting.
been?
Elizabeth, what is the matter?
It's Geoffrey.
What's happened to him?
He's sick. Oh, Verity, he's dreadfully ill.
Dr. Enys, what is wrong?
The child has the morbid sore throat.
What's that?
Acute ulceration accompanied by swelling and fever.
Is it serious?
I fear so. With care, and if there is no invasion of the larynx, the child should recover. However, there have been epidemics in Europe recently, and a great number have died. It relieves me that you are here, Miss Verity.
What? Why?
The child will need constant attention. And I cannot say with confidence that your sister-in-law will manage on her own.
But there is Francis.
He is resting. He appears to have performed some arduous task with a brandy bottle all day. Now, I have left instructions and medicine with Mrs. Tabb, and I will call each day. But remember, the illness is most contagious, particularly to other children. Keep the boy as warm as possible and isolated.
Dr. Enys, wait a moment. How long does the illness last?
Difficult to say. It depends on several factors.
But with Geoffrey, you must know when to expect the crisis.
Tomorrow or the next day. Sometime then. Miss Verity, you will keep constant vigilance.
Elizabeth,
Verity. My poor boy. My poor baby.
Captain Blamey, sir?
Yes?
A message for you.
I feel so helpless. Shall I sit with him?
Verity is there.
Well, is there anything that I can do?
There's nothing anyone can do. It's in the hands of God.
Elizabeth, please, I must speak with you.
What about?
Well, we've not spoken. Not properly, that is, not in any serious manner for a long time, and Well, I was wondering if we could possibly try and...
sir.
Well,
Mr. George Warleggan.
The devil he is!
Sorry, sir.
Please, show him in, Mrs. Tabb. I am. Perhaps later.
It was of no importance.
How is my godson?
As well as we can expect.
I came as soon as I heard.
That was most considerate, Mr. Warleggan.
May I see the boy?
The doctor has advised against all but essential contact. I'm sorry. May we offer you some refreshment?
Most kind of you, Elizabeth, but no. However, since I'm here, I wonder if I might have a few words with you, Francis.
But you have pressing matters to discuss.
Not pressing. I can call again if you wish.
You'll do no such thing, Mr. Warleggan. I'm sure my husband can spare a few moments of his time. Excuse me.
Of course. You might be comforted a little by this.
What is it?
A draft for £600. Well, take it. In addition, we have cancelled all your personal debts to the bank.
I don't want payment here.
Payment? Have you forgotten?
Forgotten?
These arrangements are based on the amount that we estimated our cousin Matthew Sanson cheated from you at cards. Why should you think that we were paying you? My family will be mortally offended if you don't allow us to make redress for that disgraceful business. Who can tell? Perhaps one day you'll reopen Grambler.
Oh, unlikely.
Why?
Well, I know the popular theory is that Grambler failed due to my inefficiency, but the truth is the mine ran out of copper.
The new lodes can be found.
Well, hunting for them costs a great deal of money, more than I shall ever find.
If you continue at the card tables, I agree. Or at the brandy.
What more do you want from me, George?
Nothing. I'm merely concerned for your welfare. I wish to give, not to receive.
You give? My dear George, you have given nothing that did not bring in a handsome profit. You have made pious noises about my future, about my welfare, when your only purpose was to prompt me into portraying my cousin and his friends, an act which I now find damnably hard to live with.
He is understandably distraught. Your son's illness.
I'm sorry.
There's no need to apologize. If I can be of any assistance, don't hesitate to ask.
Thank you.
And you'll allow me to call again?
Of course. Verity,
Geoffrey is sleeping.
he's breathing.
It is easier.
The doctor should be here soon.
Elizabeth, I think he is on the road to recovery.
But he has not yet reached his crisis point.
He sleeps peacefully. The coughing has subsided greatly from last night, and he is swallowing more easily than he did. The doctor will tell us. With God's grace, I think he is on the road to recovery.
I shall go up.
No, leave him a while. I gave Mrs. Tadd instructions to find me should he awake. If I am asleep, she is to rouse me.
Oh, dear. Oh, Verity, you have been of immeasurable help.
We have all worked as hard as we could. I am no exception.
Oh, but you are.
I must sleep.
As Dr. Enys divined when he asked you to take charge.
He merely asked me to help.
Because he had no faith in my competence.
That isn't true.
However, I would prefer from this moment, Verity, to tend to the child myself.
Whatever you wish, of course.
You are exhausted. And I am capable. I shall ask Francis to help. He will. I know he will.
My dear Elizabeth,
Sister?
if only you had said this yesterday.
Yesterday? Why?
No matter.
Verity?
They're not coming.
What?
They're not coming, Ross.
Why? We met here before. They know it's perfectly safe.
They've withdrawn, Captain.
Withdrawn?
All of them.
Trevornance, Devorn.
All our gentlemen of means.
But why?
The one thing we feared.
It appears the Warleggans discovered they were behind Carnmore.
Impossible.
It is not only possible, it has occurred. We've all had the same ultimatum, Captain. Our credit to be stopped and our mortgages called in, unless we abandon this business at once.
All of you?
Aye.
Even though were that not so, the loss of Trevornance and Devoron has rendered this company quite insolvent.
It appears that not even men of substance can stand up to the Warleggans.
How? How did they find out? The list of our shareholders lies in Pascoe's safe. Beyond belief, any one of us would betray himself and the others. We all have a deal too much to lose.
More than men like Trelawney. Hey, you're not accusing him. What would he gain?
No, I cannot believe it of him or Lord Devoran. Makes no sense to think they would betray us.
I agree, but who does that leave us to consider?
To expire merely because the Warleggans wish it.
Oh, what can we do, Captain? They have us. Here.
Who told them? Who?
Captain Poldark. There was one other person besides ourselves who knew the composition of that shareholders list.
Oh.
Your cousin.
Francis?
Aye. He was here when they were mentioned. Trevornant and the others.
That's right, my boy. I'd forgotten.
No.
He has reason to keep in favour with the Warleggans.
He knew our need for secrecy. He would never have betrayed us. It's a damnable slander.
The culprit is an academic point. The truth is, we are finished.
It has to be him.
I shall find the truth in my own way. For the present, gentlemen, I would be grateful if we keep our suspicions private. There is no proof yet that my cousin played Judas.
You best get that tended.
Get what tended?
Why, that coffin.
Who's going to pay heed to me?
It's a matter for our doctor. But only forget we have a surgeon now. See we don't catch nothing nasty.
Dr. Enys? Oh, aye. Catch him getting out of his bed in the middle of the night to tend to the likes of me.
Don't know about getting out of his bed, what I've heard. It's more like someone else's bed.
That someone wouldn't be the name of Keren, would it?
Who'd be a right Daniel in the lion's den, aye?
Daniel in the doctor's den, more like.
You am right. Dr. Ennis wasn't much time for your cough just now. Not with her warm in his bed.
I'd change my work for his any time.
I heard tell she'd be an actress once. And you know what they say about them? We didn't see you, Mark. Where you working? Oh, load yonder.
It's time someone shut your mouth. Careful, wine! Hey, what you doing?
Mark, leave him. There's a lad. We didn't mean no harm. It's only joshing. You joshing, red fellow, that I've not seen.
Yeah, what are you going to do with that? Here and there, help me. The Lou's going to kill me.
What? Help me, what you've done?
Saints alive, he ain't buried. Take him out, man. Take him out. See that wound to his head?
Mark. Hey, Mark, lad. You hear me? Mark.
Suppose he's dead.
It was his fault. Mark.
You'll be all right.
Pull him out.
It's a bad cut.
Hey, you great ox. You nearly did for us all.
You don't mind your tongue talking dirty about my wife. Just tomfoolery, Mark. Pay us no heed.
You haven't got a bad cut to your head there, lad. You best get up top. Get seen to, quick.
It's just middle of the night. There'll be no one there. Let's go home, Mark. What's it clean?
You go up top. Get away home.
Can't afford to miss half a shit.
Never you pay no heed to that. You go up top. Home's for you. And watch that cut good, mind.
Mark!
Keren, it's only me. Keren?
It's nearly daylight. I must get back.
My dearest Keren,
What's that mean?
it means I don't want to be parted from you.
Don't you?
Surely you know.
All I know is 'tis clear you will not leave Cornwall.
How can I? When there are people here that need help. Help that I can give.
Do they need you more than you need me?
I don't know.
I do. And I know that I can't spend the rest of my life with Mark living there. I should go mad. So I must leave, and leave soon. Go back to Bristol.
Why? I don't want you to leave.
I must.
No!
Well, what choice do I have, Dwight? I mean, I would stay if only I thought... Well, if I thought there was some hope for us, that you could truly love me, and we could find some way to be together, but 'tisn't so. You've been fair and honest. It's affection you feel for me. You've never lied. But affection isn't enough. Not to build hopes for the future on it. It has to be love, Dwight.
I have never said I didn't love you.
But no more you said you did, either. It was what you meant, wasn't it?
That was 6 months ago.
You mean it's changed now?
Yes.
How?
Keren, I cannot bear to lose you.
Well, you needn't.
But neither can I leave this place, not yet.
Well, I'd wait for you. I would, if only I thought that one day we could be...
And how am I able to say when that might be?
Oh, well, look for me in Bristol.
Oh, don't say that.
What else do I have? You're all I have. I cannot have you. It's better that I should go.
Keren, I love you. Believe me, I love you. Trust me to find a way somehow, for I can't live without you.
Oh, my Dwight.
I swear we shall be together.
I don't mind now. I don't mind however long. Oh, Dwight, I'd be so happy. I love you. I've been down to the beach. 'Tis so pretty.
breakfast, Ross? You've been out working since storm. And prompt to start the day without good food inside you.
No appetite.
You haven't spoken 2 words since yesterday. Oh, what's happened? Is it so bad you can't tell me about it?
What has happened is that the Carmore Copper Company is dead.
What?
Finished.
But that's not possible. It was doing so well.
Aye, too well.
We're not dead, Ross. That ain't possible. You've overspent some. You'll have to slow down a little. That's it. That's what it is.
Warleggan found out the names of our shareholders, all of them except me bank with him. He's forced them to withdraw.
But why? Why would he do that? Why to you?
It's the way of business.
There's more to it than that.
No, that's the nub of the matter. Profits. They never wanted a smelting works in Cornwall. They make their money by acting as middlemen between the mines and the refiners up country. We took their profits.
But George Warleggan invited you to the Truro Ball.
So?
I thought you and he were friends now.
You look for sentimentality in these affairs. It does not exist.
Oh, yes, it does, Ross.
What do you mean?
I know what caused this. And his sentiment, right enough. The sentiment of the Warleggan family.
Inasmuch as their ambition to have no peers in matters of wealth is sentiment, I would agree.
I know the real cause. You showed up their cousin to be a cheat.
Well?
The ball, when old Cornwall was looking on. That's what's hurting.
I cannot believe the reason is so trivial.
Family honour ain't trivial, Ross. At least not to them that never had none before.
I poured every penny into the venture. Whatever the reason, we are done. We may have to lose Nampara because of it.
How?
Pay our debts.
Tis but bricks and mortar.
You worked hard to make this a home I feel proud to live in. If that were not so, leaving it would be easy.
If it has to go, then 'tis done. We'll start again somewhere else, that's all.
Saying what I feel does not come easily to me. But there are times when I think without you I should be a sorry mess. I shall see Pascal. I will mortgage my own bones before I get rid of Nampara.
Ross,
Hmm?
you were so careful to keep everything secret. How did Warleggan find out the names?
I have no proof.
Of what?
We have no proof, but it may have been Francis.
Francis? But why?
What is done is done. Somebody wants to break down our door.
Gentlemen, I've visited to see you, sir.
Captain Poldark.
Yes?
My name is McNeil. Captain McNeil, Scots Greys.
Well?
Madam, I have been told you knew Mistress Keren Daniel.
Aye.
Knew?
I have grave news, Captain.
What's happened?
My troop has been detailed to help the excise stamp out smuggling in these parts. A detachment of my men were patrolling towards Nampara Cove when they found her.
In this very spot?
Aye. Why do you ask? We have tried to find the husband, Mark Daniel, but he seems to have disappeared. What can you tell me about him, Captain?
He works in my mine, Wheel Leisure. He's about 22 years of age.
I think you know what I mean, sir.
He and his wife were not long married. They were happily suited.
Keren. Keren. Oh, God, Ross. Your name, sir?
This is Dr. Enys.
was my fault.
I don't think so.
I'll never forget her face when I saw her lying there. 2 hours before I had been kissing it. I just told her I loved her. And I did, Ross. I loved her.
Keren was the kind of woman who demanded a great deal from life.
I cannot continue to live here now. That much is certain.
Why?
Is it not obvious? You yourself have said that the village was full of rumor about us. Everyone knew of it. Everyone knew, and yet I let it go on. No. I could have stopped it. I could have told her no, but I didn't. I tried, but I didn't have the courage. Now she is dead.
Is what people think of you so important?
You forget I am Cornish. I know our ways. We don't forgive easily. It took me a long time to win the trust of the people here, but I did. And today I lost that trust forever. It won't return.
Since you are leaving, you will have no way of finding out, will you?
Ross.
Dwight, you blame yourself for Keren's death. Certainly you were involved, but you did not kill her.
It was because of me.
When you first came to us, you said you wanted to help the miners. You had no thought of making a fortune. You wanted to stop the disease caused by tarnished lungs and medical neglect. When I first heard those words, they sounded brave and admirable.
They were true. I meant every word of them.
And now?
Oh, God. How can I continue to live here now?
How can you not? Do you think you can make your peace by leaving? No, Dwight, you have but one choice: to stay.
I don't know.
Dwight. Keren wasn't a local girl. It wasn't as though she was from the village. For people to know that, and they to know she wasn't happy with Mark or with her life here. They seen how she acted. They won't just blame you.
If you go, you will deprive a great number of men of your special skills and experience.
You don't need to remind me of my duties.
It appears I do.
God, Ross, is it of no account to you what I feel?
Yes. Yes, it is. But I know that you will not solve anything by leaving.
There, aren't you a good boy? Nearly finished. There. Aren't you a brave boy? All finished. The fever's gone.
Thank God.
There, you rest a while now. Soon we'll be well, my darling.
We must tell Verity. Tell me, where is she? I've not seen her all morning. What is it?
I found it next to Geoffrey's pillow. The hand is Verity's.
What does she say?
My dear brother and Elizabeth, I do not know if you will ever forgive me for leaving without...
Leaving?
Without speaking to you in person. Now it is for me to discover a life for myself. A few days ago, Andrew and I were to have been married.
Blimey.
But I could not leave with Geoffrey Charles so ill. I shall try to make amends, but should that not be possible, I still intend to find my own lodgings. And my own salvation, God willing. I beg you do not look too harshly on my actions. My fondest love to Geoffrey. Your ever affectionate Verity.
out.
I'm so sorry to have kept you waiting.
I got this letter.
Elizabeth sends a regret she cannot come down. Our son is
Did
still
you get a
recovering from
letter?
his
It's
illness.
about
I
their
do
marriage.
trust the ride here wasn't too unpleasant. It strikes cold
Oh,
outside.
Francis,
today.
stop all this nonsense. It wasn't easy me coming here, not after what's happened. But 'tis about Verity, not our business, that I come to speak.
I refuse to discuss the affairs of my sister with the likes of you.
Came to try and make friends, Francis.
Let us not waste each other's time, madam. You have come here to plead my sister's case, to ask me to forgive her, perhaps to suggest that I take tea with her and that wife-murderer one afternoon. To pretend all is now amiable and to say that the years when you and my cousin deceived me and allowed them to meet at your house, to say that those years were of no account. Well, I do not forget and I do not forgive. And least of all have I the slightest inclination to come to terms through an intermediary such as you. Or Ross, for that matter. Now that he is ruined, perhaps you will understand what I have had to endure of late.
How do you know we are ruined, Francis? Who told you that, then?
I bid you good day. Mrs. Tad will show you out.
So it was you.
Well, what did you expect? Tell me. You expect Francis to throw himself at your feet and beg forgiveness?
There's nothing like that in my mind, and well you know it.
Then what was? To compare letters from Verity?
I swear you two laping at each other's throats. I thought it was the way to end all this fight and all this hatred from one side of the family to the other.
I repeat, how did you plan to do it with this?
I thought, now that Verity's wed, now that 'tis a fact, Francis may see reason.
How little you know the man.
I thought he might look more kindly on her. Oh, Ross, I know 'tis madness. I tried, I really tried. I said that Verity was happy and she deserved a bit of happiness in her life. And we should help her now that she'd made up her mind and married Captain Blaney.
And Francis tossed you out.
He didn't.
He asked you to leave.
Yes.
Without discussing one word of the matter. The ways of the world are not always as you read in storybooks, Demelza.
I want no lectures on ways of the world.
Very well, but you shall not go to Trenwith again without first telling me. Is that understood?
It is Mark. Mark Daniel.
What?
Mark.
Come in, come in.
Oh. Put him over by
Careful.
the fire.
He'd be soaked through.
Oh.
Come on, Mark. Food, quickly. Can you bring some of that broth over?
Sorry, so worrying you like this. Oh, it's so cold.
I'll give it to him. Hold his head, Ross. There you are now. This'll thaw thee out. Careful now. That's the way.
Won't be a minute, sir. I'll go soon enough. It's just so cold. I can't feel my fingers.
Where the devil have you been hiding?
Down Wheel Grace.
The soldiers searched it.
I heard them coming. After mine's flooded, I dipped down underwater till they went through. Half near drowned.
Froze to death, more like.
Have some more. Come on.
Thank you, ma'am. It's warm in my belly now. I can feel it spreading. I killed her, Captain.
Drink your broth, Mark.
No. No, thank you, ma'am.
'Tis no more than she deserved, Mark.
I didn't mean to kill her, but when I saw her, when she come out of his house, I couldn't stop myself.
It's done. She's dead, and the soldiers are looking for you. If they catch you, you'll hang. I don't hold with murder. There's no doubt you were hard-pressed by Keren. The courts aren't interested in pleas for mercy. Ginny will tell you that.
Yes.
Can't go on hiding forever. Best give myself up.
Ginny, go upstairs and bring down all of my warmest clothes you can lay hands on.
He can't give himself up for soldiers, Ross.
He isn't going to.
Didn't nothing but trouble like this. Why, they soldiers could arrest you for just feeding me.
Enough worries of your own without taking on ours.
Where's he to go, Ross?
My boat is beached in Nampara Cove. It's small, but it's your only chance. With a good tide, you'll get out to sea and across to France. Mark, Do you heed me?
I do, sir. Yes.
Now, the tide's on the ebb around midnight. No sense in tarrying.
You can wait here the way.
No, go back to Wheel Grace. Wait for me there. I'll call down to you. Mark?
Captain.
What?
There's money in my cottage, under the mattress. Will you see she's not put in a pauper's grave? Give Redstone.
I will.
And the name. Will you put Keren Daniel? Daniel?
She was your wife, Mark. She will be buried as such.
Thank you, Captain.
Now, I'll bring you food for the crossing. The sea's calm at present.
I don't want you to get in no trouble on my account.
You won't find it easy over there. The country's up in arms with the revolt. But it's not the likes of you they're looking for. Run to earth and stay down for a while.
Look closer and take this blanket. Twist Jim's and mine's his one.
Ginny, thank you.
Just take good care of yourself, you and me, Mum.
You do best to get back now.
You've been good to me. You and Mistress Poldark. Ginny.
Put these dry clothes on. You can change in the library.
When you going to open Wheel Grace again, sir?
Never. Closed because it ran dry. Why do you ask?
The keenly loaded copper down there.
What?
No one's seen it, I swear. No one but me. I found it trying to escape the soldiers. It's the biggest load I ever saw come, that's the truth.
Are you sure?
Yes?
Where is it?
Bring me a pen and paper, I'll draw it.
McNeil! Hold a while before letting him in, Ginny.
Yes,
Through the library.
I should have
Tonight.
Let's go.
Just to speak with your master. Captain Poldark.
McNeil! Oh, what brings you here?
I fancy you can guess.
Oh, I fear I cannot. Have you found Mark Daniel yet?
No.
Some wine?
Thank you, no. Of course, we cannot be certain he's the culprit.
Oh. Do you suspect anyone else?
There's the young doctor.
Dr. Ennis, why should he kill the girl?
He was bedding her. Love and hate quite often run together.
Why, McNeil, you're a philosopher.
It's less dangerous than being a Jacobite. Ma'am?
Captain McNeil, what a nice surprise.
It's kind of you, ma'am. But I fear I interrupted you at supper. Oh.
The broth's still warm if you've a mind to have some. You're welcome, I'm sure.
Thank you again, but I won't.
Oh.
One day, though, I should be honoured to look over your house. It's well planned, is it not?
Oh, thank you. That's the library. Please go through.
Another time, perhaps, when I'm not so pressed with duties.
'Tis duties that brought you here, then, Captain.
Alas, ma'am, yes. Though now I'm minded what a rare, lucky man your husband is, I could wish it were not.
And there I was thinking it was a nice social call.
No, my dear. Captain McNeil still investigates young Keren Daniel's death.
Murder? Her murder, Captain Poldark.
Aye.
Yeah, it seems that fact is becoming overlooked.
I'm trying to persuade him that Dr. Ennis should not be looked on as a suspect.
Oh, no, not Dwight. Tis out of the question.
Dr. Ennis saves lives. He does not take them.
And you think the husband is the murderer?
Oh, I didn't say that.
And I do. I also say there's a plot afoot to keep him from the law.
No, she was playing him false, McNeil. And her lover wasn't looked on as a local man. There's powerful ties in these Cornish villages to protect their own. No doubt it's the same in Scotland.
Poldark, you will do yourself no good by harbouring Daniel.
I am not.
Then you'll help me.
To do what?
Find him.
How?
You know the country. Now, if you were Daniel, which way would you head? Out to sea or inland?
I would go inland, Captain.
Why so?
First, the Channel is treacherous this time of year. Second, France is blood red with revolution. Third, and I am Mark, remember?
Aye.
I'm a miner. I don't know boats, I don't know the sea, and I don't know any French. No, I would try my luck inland.
Mm-hmm. Would you agree with him, ma'am?
Oh, indeed I would. 'Tis only common sense.
Aye, you're right. I'll not trouble you further.
Ginny?
I am employed to catch him, Poldark?
Oh, we all have duties that give us no pleasure to perform.
So?
Show Captain Neil out, please, Ginny.
That's it.
Captain.
Do you think he realises we know about Mark?
I'm not sure, but I don't underestimate him. He's a Scotsman.
Ross. Ross.
Hmm?
Do you have to take Mark down to the cove tonight?
I must. There aren't any rollicks in the boat. I keep them here. Without them, he find it hard rowing.
Do have a care.
Sound advice, but a little unnecessary. The tide will be turning soon. That'll help get you off the coast. Come on. Careful now. Keep your eyes open.
Sorry it had to be like this, Mark.
I want to thank you for your kindness, Captain. I'll never forget it, not as long as I live. Don't deserve it, know that. Don't deserve anything after what I done.
Just row, man, and keep on rowing and forget the rest. Come on, come on! Row, man! Row like the devil!
Get away, Captain, get away fast!
Good luck!
Fire!
Over there! Not after him!